What did you do? Oh, you've left it as round 4. Wait, is it not live anymore? Oh, it is. I can't hear anything. Oh no, there we go. It's fine. I got audio. Oh dear. Why am I watching this? Right. So I think because we've given enough time of random shit. Welcome to the 5th round of the championship at Sonoma. Don't know if I can actually. It should let me bring up a bigger map. God damn it. Well. Yeah. So welcome. We've got plenty of drivers already waiting in. 15, I believe. If we're not including ourselves. I'm joined by Heck today. Want to say hello? Are you muting yourself, are you? Right, so, Heck, have we got any Mercedes today then? Is any of your teammates here today? Oh, that's a shame. So, Ginetta has a new driver today. Saying hello to Chase. He is new, coming in for round 5. So, yeah, we've got the usual familiar drivers. Nero seems to be missing today's race, which will give, hopefully, somebody else the championship lead after this race. So, who's your money on today then, Heck? You reckon Hernandez? He's had good form. I think he is second in the championship. So, it should be an interesting race today. Sonoma being a very warm track, being in the Californian desert just above Golden State. Well, at the top end of the Golden State, should I say, sorry. So, yeah, all to play for here. I believe the weather is going to be dry for the entire time, so this should be interesting. So, if I can find the standings, here we go. So after race 4, Nero still technically leads the championship with 65 points. Hernandez has the chance to go ahead today if he can get 3 points. Badger, Erik, the 2 Porsches of Olympus Racing, are currently 3rd and 4th respectively with 51 and 43, which means both of them could also take the championship lead today. DJ, the Lamborghini team owner, I believe, at 40 points with just maybe enough points at draw level to Nero today. Multi-Tool, Jack Coven, Ray Force 27, Kraken and Raptor 22 round out the top 10. Zeph, Rod Valentine, Jack Cookie, the 3 other Ferrari team members are 11th, 12th and 13th respectively. Then to round it off, Bruno, Ellis, Gandhi, SGC, Fatal, Kaiser, Crazy King, Rocky, Le Diablo Rouge, Lolly 600, or 6000, sorry, Tiago Fernandez, Heck, Pika, Scott, Gladiator Joe, JAS Gonzalez, Bravo, Penfold, Shadows, and Hoo Hoo Boo Boo round out with current standings before we have the new drivers in. So there are a few new drivers today, aren't there? One of them being, I believe, another Ginetta of Chase Canning. So I believe what you're seeing on your screen will be just the timing screen and none of the extra views, because today we are broadcaster and director, which means the screen will look a lot cleaner. So we're currently on board with the new driver as he goes a bit sketchy through there. So yeah, so your money is on Hernandez, who's currently just chilling in the pit lane. So we have Who else? There's a new there is meant to be another driver here who's new. Here we go, David Kraft. We have another Renault here today with Gandhi. There's another person joined, I'm not sure who. Pika, essentially the lead Ginetta at the moment. He has had some really unfortunate luck in the past 2 races, not even finishing the first lap last week, and his unfortunate incident at Nürburgring the week before. So hopefully he can bring this around. He's been very strong in the practice sessions that we've had this week, so very much looking forward to that. So Ollie, he's already got some damage on his car. He's picked up some damage from somewhere, possibly through a interesting excursion to the wall. So as we wait for them to set their times, you've raced a couple races so far this season. Heck, how's that been for you? And obviously unfortunate results in terms of Mercedes having a full grid before the season started and nobody turning up except for you for the first race. What happened there? Just team just fell apart. Yeah, it's a shame to hear, unfortunately. So the timings there still have no times on the board as of yet. Chuck the map up for now. Can I have a look? Splits. What happens when the splits come up? Hang on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to load up the stream and we're going to tinker with stuff. Oh, there we go. That's what splits do. So it's come up to the timing line. I believe that's the first lap, the 1:43. So not the quickest lap by any means. As Canning goes wide. And there we go. Multi-tool in the Acura 132. Immediately flinging that Acura around like it's well, it's supposed to be. Then Jack Coven, who has had some really interesting results against the higher drivers, or faster drivers. So I'd say he's one of the possible favourites to take this race. As he goes a bit sideways through there. Lovely and well held by the Lamborghini there. He's just completely sending it into every corner. So there's 8 drivers come onto the board now. Raptor at the moment, the slowest of the drivers. His teammate going ahead by a half a second. Maybe the McLaren's struggling at this track. As Kaiser goes off. Luckily, stays off the walls. Pika, definitely one of his more favourite circuits here today. He seems to be very strong at Sonoma. For the Janette, it might be a good sign as he backs off. I'm not sure what he's doing, but perhaps backing off to give some space for himself. So current standings after 9 people have taken a lap. Jack, Pika, Multi-Tool, King, Bruno, Ellis, Rocky, Chase Canning, I believe that is, Kaiser and Raptor. As 2 more people set their times, Hernandez, and I believe it was Ollie. Can you confirm that for me, Hack, or? We just had 2 more laps and I didn't see who it was. I saw it's Hernandez, one of them, but I'm not sure who the other one was. Okay. So, Raptors jump back to the pits for something, possibly a change of tyres and a repair. Hang on, say that again. Did he go into the wall, did he? Yeah, it looks like he may have had some damage at the front. He's got a small nick in the front bumper if you look. Rocky. He's another driver to watch out for today. Didn't have the greatest race at Road America, so he's definitely going to be gunning for a better result today. So still to set a time, Tiago, Zeph and Erik, as I believe. There we go. Zef in the Ferrari, setting a 132. So we're looking race pace at about 132s, with qualifying as low as maybe 130. Having driven this track a bit myself this week, I can say it's a very fast and flowing track, and it's all about momentum going down through these corners, especially this one here. You want as much momentum coming out of here as possible for that short straight. So there we go, 16 drivers now have officially set lap times. We have Hernandez, Jack, Ollie, Multitool, Pika, Steph, King, Erik, Rocky, Bruno Ellis, Chase, Red, Kraken, Kaiser, Tiago, very far down, which is a big surprise, and Raptor rounding out the top 16. Wow, the only 16 on the grid so far. So Hernandez looks like he's down on his lap time currently. 4/10 down on his lap time. He goes off. Just avoids the barriers. Doesn't look like he's enjoying this circuit too much. So Jack, the first driver to pit after his laps. Straight back out. Doesn't seem like too many lap times had changed. Oh, Erik jumps up to third with a 1:31.7. Once again, the lack of Nero has given confidence to drivers that they can take the win today. So it's going to be very tight at the front, I think, with Jack only 2/10 off of Hernandez. It's hard to say what this track favours, but I have a feeling it's going to favour the cars that have more downforce than speed.
Oh yeah.
So I think we'll jump on board with... Who do you want to jump on board with for a lap? Who do you think? We're gonna watch Multitool, right? Oh, he's actually at a similar place as he's being followed by a Ginetta. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna jump into the cockpit. In fact, yeah, we'll jump into the chase cam and we'll follow him around for a lap.
Yeah, it's someone behind it. How about we like the chase cam?
Let's see if it's him. Yeah, it is. It's Chase. So we're gonna jump on board with the Ginetta as it comes through the last turn now. So we'll jump up on the Speedo so we can do a bit more of an in-depth lap. So flat out coming towards the start-finish straight. Turn 1 is a very flat corner. Maybe lift off a bit into a heavy braking zone for turn 2. As you're down to third, second gear maybe for some cars. As he gets it a bit wrong there and twitches, but up through the gears now, back straight onto the brakes for a Crust braking zone. So all these Crusts are going to make the braking zones a lot later than you want it to be, and it's all about the Bravery here as he locks up and just runs a bit deep. But regardless, he still keeps the car on track as he comes to one side, lets the Lamborghini through. We're going to jump, we'll stay on board with him for the rest of this lap still. So up across this hill and then again braking zone. It's very odd for this corner. A long left-hander that leads you onto a drag strip, which is a very strange drag strip considering it's not flat, but regardless, as he chases another Lamborghini as it weaves. So again, very heavy braking zone into this double right-hander, which pretty much may as well be a hairpin. Now into the S's, the fastest part of the circuit. Just, it's all about bravery here. See how long you can stay on the power, how long you can coast through. Pretty much flat through most of these corners if you're brave enough. Lifts off for this last right-hander before it leads you onto the pit exit on the left there. Is he coming into the pits? Yes, he is. So I think, if I'm right, that it's not King. But oh, we've got 17th drivers. 2 drivers have joined now. Red and EJ have joined now. And yeah, so a lap of this track. We're looking at 130. Nobody's below 135 yet, which is incredible. It's a lot tighter than most of the races have been so far this year. Well, this season, should I say. Yeah, the average times at the moment looking very close together. So it's all to play for, I think, today. So we're just over 30 minutes to go. Hernandez still leads the way, just pounding out the laps right now. Then it's 2 tenths back to Jack, 7 tenths back, well, around 6.5 tenths to Erik, a second back to Ollie. So we've got 7 people within about a second, 1.3 seconds, sorry, of each other. And then you're going back as far as 10th to 2 seconds. And then from 10th to 15th, it's about another 2 seconds. So I'd say it's still pretty close as Pika goes off. Oh, it's on a crest. He needs to get that car moving. Luckily, he jumped straight back to the pits, knowing that he was in a dangerous position there. A lot of people jumping back to the pits now. Multi-tool. Where is multi-tool? Continuing his laps now. So if we look at the timings, everybody seems to be losing some time now. I think that's due to tyre wear. Nobody has set their fastest lap, except for Thiago on that last lap. So, oh, I like, and Pika. Pika's last lap was one of the best. So, yeah, I think.
Wait, you did a 120?
Did a 120? I think the time's running still.
Oh.
But, yeah, it's very interesting. So it's incredible to see that. Oh, multi-tool goes off. He spun it. Is he in the wall? Saves it from the wall.
That must be so frustrating.
It must be. It's always frustrating when you go off, especially when you're on a good lap or you feel like you're on a good lap and the car feels right. It's the slimmest of margins here. That grass is so dry and the dirt is so loose that you go off, you're going for a spin. Not many gravel traps here, but plenty of grass to go off on. If someone else goes quick again, EJ hiding in the top 6 now. Still the top 6, separated by a second.
That's great.
Right, we're gonna. I know we want to keep those on. I need to remember that every time I press something, it goes off for you as well. So. So whoever's watching the stream, welcome. There's 5 people currently watching the stream, so welcome. Don't know whether it's just drivers trying to get the insight on what other people are doing, but either way, welcome to the stream, guys. So, as we get slowly more full of drivers, as 2 more Ferraris have joined us. 2 Ferraris running front and rear gunner at the moment. Race 724. Right up close to the wall there. Is this his first lap or is this just an out lap? It was his out lap, so we're not going to get very representative time there. We're going to get no time. But yeah. Let's jump on board with. Oh, someone's just surpassed each other. I believe that's EJ. As EJ goes faster yet again. Now only 5 tenths back from Hernandez and 3 tenths back from Jack. Oh, EJ jumps into the pits now. So, Hernandez very quick. Is all we can say there, I think. Where is Hernandez from?
Spain.
You believe? All right, Spain. Oh, he goes up. It goes a bit deep there. But so the Spaniard currently leading out an American, I believe, in the Lamborghini. EJ, the Sweden Lamborghini. Ollie, who looks like he's eaten a wall. I don't know if it's the same for you, but it looks like he's completely eaten a wall. He is in fourth. Again, now still 6 drivers that are in second of each other. But I feel like it's going to be incredibly close. We've lost a driver. Rocky's off. Rocky going slowly. Parked there now. Not sure what he's doing. But we can get some lovely engine noises. So, 2 Janettas in the pits currently. Raptor 22, the closest to that second barrier in McLaren. Just fighting that car. Brings around the final hairpin. Coming up to the timing line now, the last corner to turn. Does it perfectly. Comes up to the timing line. Can he be any quicker? No, he can't. He is down by 7 tenths. Hernandez still on a slow lap at the moment for him. It's all about consistency, I think, with this race today. These tyres are going to overheat very quickly. It's about that management. If you can manage your tyres, you may just see the win here. Oh, as Jack goes off. He clips the wall. Very unfortunate for Jack there, just trying a bit too hard. And bins it. Ollie jumps to third now. So it's now currently Hernandez, Jack, Ollie, EJ, Erik, Pika, Ray, Raptor, Multitools, F, Tiago, Kraken, King, Chase, Bruno, Ellis, Kaiser, Rocky and Red. So I believe that's Audi, Lamborghini, Porsche. And then as we get a bit of lag, this EJ seems to be battling it out with a Ferrari on the practice. Got 20 drivers now, as Dr. Kraken and Rod Valentine join back. Oh, so that's David Kraft. I've been getting this wrong all the time. I've been thinking it's Kraken, but it's not. David Kraft, as somebody else went faster. Ray, now the 7 drivers within a second. So that's the 7th driver to be within a second of Hernandez. So Hernandez has not got an easy race by any means today. 7 drivers, all within a second of each other. It's going to be very close. Right, so we're going to just drop all this stuff off. We're just going to watch these cars go around for a bit. Okay, so I'm back because there is an update. Jack Coven, the first in the 130s, now almost 4 tenths ahead of Hernandez, which pushes everybody back a bit. Big surprise there. I thought Hernandez was very strong today.
Ollie still has quite a bit of damage.
Yeah, I think that's just a bug with the game, so he'll always have damage now, no matter what he's doing. Small update: King, Erik, Ray. So it's as we look through it, it's Jack, Hernandez, Ollie, EJ, Ray, Erik, King, Multitool, Pika, Tiago, Raptor, Zeph, Craft, Chase, the two new drivers right next to each other. Bruno, Ellis, Red, Kaiser, Rocky, Rod, and Dr. Kraken. So 10 drivers within 1.5 seconds of each other. This could be close. Right. Right, 15, well, around 15 minutes left on the clock. 20 drivers with times. There's still around 4.5 seconds between the drivers, which is very close. Well, you're hurting. All right. No, you can't do anything, basically. Start again. Jack is in a Lamborghini. As somebody's gone off very hard there. I think it may be Raptor. We have a, oh yeah, he's definitely eaten a wall. That McLaren looks very damaged. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 drivers in the pits, 12 on track, and 15 minutes, just under 15 to go now. Okay. Right, so yeah, been talking to some of these drivers this week. We are looking at a different game this week. I think we're going to be moving the next season over to a different game after Project Cars 3 has just basically given us no opportunities to continue our series here, as Pika comes out of the pits after a long absence. Ginetta finally back on track. So yeah, with Project Cars 3 being a huge disappointment for a lot of sim racers, we've decided that we may be switching over to Assetto Corsa Competizione, which could be a very interesting change of pace for all the drivers. Some drivers are going to be quicker on there than they may be on here, which will hopefully spice up the grid a bit more. So we've now got 14 drivers within 2 seconds of each other, which is very close in terms of lap times. I suppose it's about 1:30, so We're not Formula 1 drivers here, so it's not going to be milliseconds, but I believe that's pretty close lap times. And it's going to be very difficult for everybody to pull away from each other today. Qualifying 10 to 15 minutes, I believe. One of the two. So there we go, with just under 10 minutes to go still. Hernandez has increased his time and decreased the gap to Jack, but not enough to take the top spot from him in practice. But with the practice session being so long, it's no wonder. Pika, there we go. The Ginetta showing its true colours there as he runs it off finally, and oh, big impact into the wall. But regardless of that, a 130.9 for a car that's considered the slowest GT3 on the grid, that's bloody brilliant. So now 14 drivers within 1.3 seconds of each other. Zeph rounding that out. So with 20 drivers in this grid, this is going to be incredibly close. So, yeah, is your prediction still on Hernandez today? Heck.
Yeah, it's still on Hernandez because Jack might be faster, but it was
Yeah.
in race.
Once again, it's impressive that the top 10 are split by a second. In fact, top 11 are pretty much split by a second. And you've got to go all the way back to 15th before you think, okay, that's a bit of a gap.
Yeah.
So, and everybody's within 4 seconds of each other. Skies are being the slowest at a free with 34.6, but it's still very close. Hernandez is pushing as hard as he can now. You can see that in his driving style. Super aggressive there. As he comes up towards the timing line now. Yeah. Oh. It's oh, Hernandez has gone quicker. Oh shit. Oh, Jack's pushed too hard and he's gone. But the other Ginetta here, so he's this is one of our new drivers today. Chase Canning as he jumped back to the pits. Should be interesting to see how he does. Rod Valentine, yeah, I know. I jumped onto him already. I've jumped onto Chase. Kraft is also in the pits, so can't really talk much about him as he sits there. So Rocky in the Porsche and Skyter in the McLaren, I believe, yeah, are the ones that are furthest away from the front. But at the same time, I wouldn't say it's that far. It's one mistake from one of the front runners, and they're immediately in the way for a good result. So all these drivers that are separated by a second, in reality, it's a lot tighter than that, because I mean, if you look through the list now, there's 3 drivers as Dr. Kraken goes to a 0.08 of a second off of Hernandez's time. So I mean, you look at the top 3, they're separated by less than a tenth. So on a 1 lap pace, or like if they can keep this pace for the race and they keep about the same pace as each other, in theory, we've got a very good race on our hands for the win. There's Pika, Ollie, Ray, and yeah, so the top 6 are separated by half a second, which means that again, 1 mistake from anybody in front of them is immediately them on track for a race win. Erik, surprisingly, is down in 7th. I had thought he'd be a bit higher, but again, we've got 3 minutes 30 left, so anything can happen still. But EJ, not sure if he's going to be on course for a win today. He's been very strong. I just don't think he's got the pace in him to take the lead. A multi-tool, the Acura in top 10, with McLaren, who would normally be at the front with Nero, in 10th with the Raptor 22. Oh, someone's jumped him. I'm not sure who jumped him, but somebody else has jumped into the top 10. So where do you think the Mercedes would have put you today? So where do you think you'd have been today if you were in your Mercedes? I think Mercedes. Yeah. I think it'd be very close. I think the Mercedes is very similar to the Ginetta. And I mean, the Ginetta's 4th and 15th respectively. So I think you'd be somewhere in the middle of that. And I think, I mean, 132 is a quick lap anyway. So I think even for his first race, Chase has got to be happy with the way he's performing. Like, he's not even into the race yet and he's already putting some of the more veteran drivers, Bruno, Ellis, Red, Kaiser, Rocky, all to shame here, really. I know as he switches, but holds it. Yeah, he's definitely doing a very good job as he seems to be handling that Ginetta very well. So EJ, I think one of the coming into the season, he was one of the strongest drivers. So I think he's not had a chance to really show us what he can do. We've lost another driver, so we've only got 19 drivers in. So time runs out now, 4 people out on track. So we're going to probably not see much change in the standings as Erik comes up to finish his lap. Kraken, didn't believe he's just come out for no reason. Don't know why he's out on the track. But Erik seems to have lost his way. Or is he just doing his customary donuts? He is. Go on then, Erik. No, he jumps back to the pits. EJ seems to be on the lap. Zeph is finishing his lap. I'm not sure what Kraken's doing. So who are we waiting on for a lap? EJ, I believe. So as practice ends, Kraken misses out on the end. So here we go, qualifying. So it's going to be the chance for every driver to throw themselves on the front of the grid. So I think if I press the right button, we can follow on board with EJ, who's the first out. So hopefully you'll be the first to set a lap. So as we wait for everybody to do their out laps, 3 drivers remain in the pit lane as 1 is leaving currently. Can't tell who it is just yet. It's Ollie and Ollie, Erik, and Multi-Tool seem to be sat in the pits still. As EJ, I think, has invalidated his next lap. So we follow on board with EJ. So it was Ollie who has left the pit lane. I believe EJ is going to currently come up to him now. So as everybody filters out onto the track, we're just waiting for that timing screen to hopefully light up. 20 drivers now. Crazy. Finally joins the session. So Jack set to time of 1:44.7, which means that was set on his out lap. So I won't count that as a representative time, really. So we're still waiting for. That's 2 Jacks. This is going to be interesting. Jack Cookie and Jack Coven. This is going to be interesting. So we'll stay on board with Kraken again. I think it was Kraken we wanted to stay on board with. Oh no, it wasn't, it was EJ. As he comes up to the timing line, I believe. Oh no, he has to cross the timing line, so he did invalidate his time. So we're still waiting on a driver to set a time. There we go, Kaiser's set times over 1:35. There's 3 more drivers come across the line now. I believe Pika, 1:33, 1:32, and then 1:34. So those times aren't very quick yet, but they will hopefully improve. There we go, Dr. Kraken straight away. Throwing down the gauntlet at 1:30. Oh, Kaiser's off. It's a 1:30.975. Raptor at 1:31. So that's a lot closer. .3 from Jack. So these guys aren't playing about. Everything on the line here. So yeah, as we look at the timings now, and everybody slowly but surely filters in a lap as we follow on board with the Ginetta, looking like a streak, which I love. I personally worked on this livery myself, and I love it to bits, so don't judge me. Comes up to the line. It's a little bit quicker, but it's not as quick as he wants. So Raptor sits third at the moment, his teammate right behind him. So 6 drivers who haven't set a time yet. They may want to think about getting out on track and actually getting that. It's yellow flags. Yellow flags, so there it is. I believe it was Rocky. The yellow flag should be gone now. There's somebody off at the top of the hill. It is a Porsche. Is it Ollie? It is. Ollie's gone off. 4th place driver Ollie has gone off, and that looks like a big shunt. What do you think? Heck. What do you think?
Ollie is crashing a lot.
He's crashing a lot, which isn't a good sign for the race. But maybe he's just getting all those crashes out early. Alexander Albon's a good example of not very representative in practice or qualifying, but seems to have very good race pace. as Raptor surpasses Ollie there. So it's now Jack, Dr. Kraken, EJ, Raptor, Ollie, Thiago, Hernandez, Pika, Zeph, Kraken, King, Rocky, Red, Multitool, Kaiser, Chase, Craft. No, that's crazy. SKB. Erik, Elliot, Bruno, Ellis, Jack, who hasn't set a time, and Ray, who also hasn't set a time, but he should set a time now. No, he does. Oh, yes, he does. 8th place. So with just over half of qualifying left, one driver without a time, everybody else seems to be setting quite quick times. Yeah. I think a lot of people are struggling with the hot conditions and keeping the cars in the operating zone.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
That would have been an issue for sure.
The time trial record, I'm not 100% sure, but it's 1:27s, I think. So yeah, these guys are very quick drivers. I don't know the exact lap record around here for GT3 cars, but regardless, look at the lap times. You've still got less than a second separating the top 7 at the moment, with some of the drivers who are going to go quicker not setting their fastest time just yet. As Pika looks like he's hit a wall. Yeah, 3 people in the 130s, probably more than that by the time we're done. But there we go. Nero, he'd probably be about Jack's pace actually. I don't think Nero would have been much quicker than a 130.3. It's a race. It's like the Nordschleife. It's all about keeping it on the grey stuff now, and not having incidents like that where you go just a little bit too wide and lose the rear end. If you lose the rear end, it's essentially just you're signing your own death sentence, really. Again, still 7 people within the top time, and I mean, I think EJ, he's going to go faster. Raptor, he may go faster. A lot of these drivers haven't set times that are representative of their driving. I don't think Multitool, he hasn't set a time that's representative to him yet, I don't think.
Oh, 132.
132 is not his pace, he's faster.
Usually it's like 2 seconds faster.
So, yeah, as I look down the timing sheet now, we're still waiting on some other drivers to set their times. Oh, we've got 22 drivers. This could be incredible.
I only see 6.
I think a few people are struggling to get the car. I just don't think the car's dialing in for anybody.
Oh yeah. Maybe Multitool is having an issue with his tires.
I think there might be something to do with the engine, I think. Yeah, look at that. Engines are red hot there. David on an outlap, clearly, because an engine wouldn't be running this cool. I mean, 225 Fahrenheit is very hot for an engine, and the engine damage on this circuit is going to be an interesting factor for sure. Whether people bother repairing it and having that extra horsepower.
That makes me question.
Oh, as Pika runs wide, I think that's going to invalidate his time. A few people making stops here, so they're going for that one last final go. It's going to be a all or nothing attempt now, as I believe. There's enough time for 2 laps, but will they get those 2 laps in? And those on an outlap will only have 1 lap. Pika doesn't set a time, so yep, his time was invalidated. Still looking at the times, we've got 4 drivers in the 130s now, and we go as far back as 13th before it's 2 seconds. And Jack, who seems to be just having a horrible qualifying, that's definitely not a time we'd be expecting from a Ferrari or any driver in general. A 152 just doesn't sums up maybe his run of bad luck. It looks like he's got a bit of front end damage. As he goes, ooh, I think that was very fishtaily there. Comes up to the line now. Will he set a faster time? Yes, he will. That's a lot better. Again, all the drivers that have set proper lap times are in the 134s, below a 135, which is really good. Crazy. I don't know what's happened to Crazy. I think he's got on the wrong strategy here, and he's very much lost the pace. So we're going to jump on board with the Ginetta again, because it's just a beautiful car.
You're gonna stop that.
Unfortunately, there's no Mercedes here for me to obsess over either, so yeah. Anybody who watches back the stream, I recommend using Fuchs. But yeah, so Pika comes up to the line now. Doesn't improve, so I think he may have had another invalidated time. Oh, Erik's off in a wall. We jump to Erik and he's eaten a wall. So you want to watch Hernandez? Oh, Hernandez has improved on his time. He is now only 1.5 tenths from Jack. But the problem is he's now got traffic. Will the traffic get out of the way for him, or he may get that slipstream? But there you go. May have ruined his lap time there. He's trying to use the slipstream, but I think he's held up here. I think this Lamborghini's holding him up. Looks like it. Look at how he's driving. He's fighting the Lamborghini there. He's trying to find a way past, because that Lamborghini's not going fast enough. The thing is, with slipstream, yes, it makes you quicker on the straights, but it also means you've got to slow down to make sure you don't go into the back of them. So here we go. Nobody's got a penalty, surprisingly. For the first qualifying ever, nobody's got an on-track penalty. Hernandez comes up to the line. There you go. He invalidated his time. He knows he's got no chance. So at the moment, unless Ollie, Raptor, Ray, Multi-Tool, Kraken, or Rocky can take the top spot, the Lamborghini for the first race ever, I believe, is on pole. I'm not sure what happened last week, but yeah. I believe this is the first pole for Lamborghini, isn't it?
It's the first pole for Jack.
It's the first pole for Jack, yeah, definitely. But Road America was a very interesting race. We had a lot of drama off the start, so this is shaping up to be a very, very, very close race here. Crazy not having the best qualifying ever. Like, very, very unfortunate for him. As final driver on track now is Raptor. He's pushing. Can he do anything? I don't think he can. I think he's already down on the times it is. Yeah, he backs out at the last second. It's a qualifying session over. There we go, the time's there. So, yeah, the big surprise is Crazy. 21st at 1:39. he's really not enjoying this circuit. So the American Jack Coven does take TQ, which is incredible. I'm really happy for that. I'm really happy for him. He's a good guy. I've spoken to him lots, and seems like a really nice guy and a nice driver. So yeah, my money is on, I think, Jack. If he can pull away at the start, this is his race. I think Pika, a bit further back, didn't get the greatest of qualifyings. He was a lot quicker in practice, so possibly something went wrong in his qualifying. But yeah, 21 drivers on the grid. So we wait for everybody to ready up. Obviously, we can't see any of that. We're going to jump on board. Well, not on board, but we're going to follow. I don't like the starting position of this camera. Really don't like the starting position.
You can probably switch to like a P3 or something.
P3, no, it's no better.
Can you switch to, like,
I want plus. Yeah, that's no good. I've got a good camera angle now, but you need to be. Yeah, I don't think you see the same camera angle as I do. That is
what's the button?
incredible. You don't have a full numpad, do you?
Yeah, I do.
Press plus until you are basically the other side of the drag strip.
I can.
Yeah, you can circle around camera views. It's great. You can. Oh, here we go. We've got the start. So we'll jump straight on board as soon as they all go off. So best of luck, guys. Lights out. Away we go. Dr. Kraken has taken the lead, I think. I believe that Dr. Kraken has taken the lead from his teammate as Hernandez looks to go down the inside. I don't think anybody has gone off just yet, so we look a bit further down. Everybody seems to be clean through turn 2. We jump a little bit further back. Everybody has made it through clean. First race, we've had that. Everybody is through clean. We turn into the long right-hander now as we come up the hill. Everybody seems to be good. Pika jumping 4 places at the start. Ginetta flying at the moment. We seem to have a bit of contact there between Ray and Kaiser, but everything looks clean so far. Everybody's still within a second of each other. Jack slowly falling out. Oh, Jack's off! Big wreck. Jack Cookie definitely out of the race here. Red seems to have got a bit of damage at the front end by the looks of it. Possibly involved with some contact. Skyzer's very much out of this race. Jack, Skyzer and Red all out of this race here. Bruno Ellis seems to be very close. As 2 teammates of Ollie and Erik seem to be fighting side by side here. Pika will be loving this, watching these 2 scrap, hoping he can take up whatever's left. Janetta's looking really tasty there. Raptor seems to be relatively okay. Bruno Ellis. So yeah, the bottom 3 at the moment, Red, Skies and Jack seem to have been involved in an incident. Not sure what happened there. We'll get some replays on that when the race is over and hopefully be able to upload those to YouTube. But yeah, Hernandez has taken the lead. So Hernandez found a way past Jack, who's now going to be pushing as hard as he can to take that lead. Top 5 drivers still really close to each other. Pika using as much of that power from the Ginetta. He's now under attack from Zeph and the Ferrari as they go up the corner, all very close together. The other Ginetta just in the background as Zeph goes off, using way too much of the grass for my liking there as he goes around the outside, swoops around the outside. But I definitely think that's a steward look at after the issues there. So I think that may have been an illegal overtake. He definitely used way too much of the grass there to overtake. But these are all still within a second of each other. Kraken goes a bit wide and slides across. Porsche's up the inside. Is he going to go for the second place? He has. He's taken both Lamborghinis. The Lamborghinis collide. Looks like the Lamborghinis have collided. Pika's gone back through. Pika's used a bit of his elbow. He's used an elbow there to get through. Very well done by Pika there. Chase is now chasing down EJ and Tiago. So on his first race, he's already chasing the veterans of Thiago and EJ, looking very racy there. Kraken still under attack from his teammate and Ollie, as Erik now chased after the Audi of Hernandez. So a lot of people are now in the pits for their stops. Ray seems to be chasing King in the Lamborghini. Raptor in the pits. Chase has now got into, he's got himself into a Lamborghini sandwich here. He's second from both drivers. So Pika has disappeared. Oh no, has Pika lost? Where's Pika gone? Oh, he's in the pit lane. He's done an early stop here, possibly due to no damage on the car, so I'm not sure what he's dropped in for, but that's someone's off. Looked like EJ's gone off. EJ spun. The Lamborghini VJ just not having a good day here. Erik still under attack from Kraken. Hernandez losing his gap, so that Porsche seems to have the race pace so far, as we're on the third lap now. All to play for here at the moment, with a lot of drivers all close to each other still, which is incredible. 7th to 11th, all within a second of each other. I think that's just someone's gone round, maybe? No. Thiago is chasing, but it looks to me like everybody seems to be going quite cleanly right now. As Pika has done the early stop, he's going to try the undercut, as he's now got a very lonely race to catch up to anybody. So Rocky, 13th from, I believe, right at the back of the grid. So incredible job by him as he drops it. Oh, commentators cursed him. Oh, I'm sorry, Rocky. Don't kill me, mate. I'm sorry. As Thiago now looks to overtake Multitool here, he's definitely on the back of him. So Erik now within the second of the leader, constantly closing that gap as he pulls away from Dr. Kraken. Jack, unfortunate for him, takes the pole but just couldn't defend on the start. I don't know what exactly happened to him, but it just looked like he was absolutely left standing. Hernandez, Erik and Kraken all going through on him. So it's not the start he wanted. Pika got an incredible start. Chase is up to 9th and is currently chasing Thiago. So he's taken King, which no, he didn't. Sorry, EJ spun, so that's why he's there. But he's chasing Thiago, which is an incredible feat because Thiago is a very quick driver. One of the Ferraris has gone wide. I believe that was Zeph. Zeph definitely using way too much track limits there. Thiago is still being chased by Chase. Chase is chasing, and he is within a second of Thiago. Thiago is within a second of Multitool, who's within a second of Zeph. So these four drivers currently pretty much fighting for what would be considered the best of the rest. All to play for here. Like, this is some incredible racing as Erik is rapidly gaining on Hernandez. Look at that, he's down, still closing really quickly on him, as Ollie, I believe, is closing in on Jack. Jack's just not found the pace across this race so far, 5 laps in. And I believe Ollie is going to find this move quite quickly. The Chase is still right behind this battle for 6th. Just within the second at the moment. Not sure if he's going to catch too much here, but the long pit lane will definitely spice things up. And it's always going to be all to play for, I think, throughout this race. As Erik still be closing quite nicely, as Jack is still under attack from the other Porsche of Ollie. Ollie has already got 2 podiums this season, so he's going to be looking for a third and even maybe a race win. He's got his third, he's got his second. He's looking for the race win. He goes down the inside, he's looking down the inside, gets a bit too much curve. I think Jack's going to hold the position. Long drive around the outside, but the power down a lot quicker. EJ on the back of Ray 724. So EJ, after his spin, will be looking and hunting down drivers now like it's no tomorrow. Chase is up to 7th. He's taken the positions from Multitool and Thiago. Incredible driving by the rookie. So, unbelievable. Jack still under attack. Both Porsches are absolutely harassing drivers. Rocky just misses out on a close position there. But Thiago won't be happy that a rookie like Chase has actually taken 7th, and he's still back in 9th. What do you think so far to the race start, Heck?
I'm still wondering how the Porsches are going to manage all that heat from the head.
It's incredible to think these Porsches are running. He's running very quick, but I can imagine if we go to the Speedo, oh yeah, his engine's already boiling. 231 degrees. He's going to be. He's going to have to manage that. Kraken, 3rd position. It's still a very good position for Kraken after he started 5th, I believe. Jack Coven is going to be very gutted about his result. Multitool still chasing Chase, just within a second of him, but he's not going to be happy about that. But for sure, his Chase just pulls away from him. Pika, somewhere down in 15th, which for him is not the right place for him to be, being shown up by his rookie teammate here today. But here we go, as Ollie looks to be chasing and gaining on Jack again. Only 4 tenths away. Oh, I think there may be a move going on here to come towards the hairpin. I think Ollie may try something. If he's confident on the brakes, he's not, so he does hold back. Erik's losing ground. I think his engine's too hot. I think Erik knows now his engine is too hot, and he's going to have to hang back. So if we go back, we've got a 3-way battle here between... Oh no, it's gone down to 2-way now, but King and Ray seem to be very close together. Ollie's still chasing the Lamborghini. Kraken. Oh, Kraken's caught up. It's a 3-way fight for the lead now. Oh, that's the first of the lapped cars. I'm not sure who that was. I think that's Kraft, the new driver. One of the new drivers. So one of the new drivers in 7th, one of them down in 19th. So you can tell who got the better pick of drivers, perhaps. Someone's gone up to 6th. There's someone disconnected. Chase has gone up to 6th. Has someone gone round? I believe Zeph may have gone round. Erik's still within a second of Fernandez, fighting all the while with Kraken, who's going to definitely use this advantage to him. Oh, here we go. That, I believe, was red in the Audi. So we're already getting lap traffic, and we're not even 10 laps in. Pika's within a second of somebody. Oh, it's crazy. He's fighting crazy SKV. Oh no, sorry, Bruno Ellis. Oh no, he's been hit. Can he hold it? No, he can't. He's round. Oh no. Not the way Pika wants his race to go after stopping early. He's definitely going to lose a lot of positions here. Crazy's just going to go straight by. I don't think he's got any... Yeah. Pika's got no hope there, as he just went a bit too violent in. And it's cost him his race there. Very much cost him his race. As Zeph goes into the pits now. It's unfortunate. Pika is a very quick driver. He's just not finding that consistency that his teammate seems to be finding. So the Ginetta rookie is currently 6th place, which would be the biggest points haul for Ginetta so far. A 6th place finish today would be incredible. And he's catching Ollie, I think. Yeah, he is. He's catching Ollie. So definitely one to watch for the future, I think, Chase, as he chases down the rest of the guys. So Erik, Dr. Kraken and Fernandez still all fighting out for the lead here. Incredibly close, as we lost a couple drivers. I think we've gone down from 21 drivers to 19, as I believe. I'm not sure who's left, but it's a shame because nobody should really retire from a race. So Erik just trying to catch Hernandez, but Hernandez just seems to have the pace. I think Hernandez has got this so long as he doesn't make a mistake now. Pika in the pit lane again. It's a shame. Ollie is losing time to the Ginetta, which means the Ginetta, in theory, could be on for a good position.
Erik has faster pace, has a faster
So,
pace.
So if we look at timings here, like the last laps, 1:30. So Erik is going a lot quicker than Hernandez, and Kraken is slower, and Chase is around the same pace as Ollie. So this is all to play for. It really is. Right, let's jump on board with Ray, who is chasing EJ. Yeah, EJ. Ferrari versus Lamborghini battle here. Zef's got a penalty. First penalty of the race goes to a Ferrari. Probably a 10-second penalty for pit lane. Yes, it is. So Ollie is definitely testing the limits there, track limits, as his lap times have been invalidated a few times now. Chase is about the same, still about the same distance away. Pika is chasing Craft. So Pika, who is now down in last, not the race he wanted. Again, just bruising that Ginetta, and again, I think just being overly confident and not finding his feet in the right way. Oh, here we go again. I think Erik is pushing now that his engine's cooled. Well, it's not cooled at all, but he's going for it. It's cooler than it was earlier, but by what, only a couple Fahrenheit? It's only by a few degrees Fahrenheit, which means he is definitely not going to enjoy racing this in the latter stages. Pika has got ahead of Zef. I believe Zef has had an accident. Yes, he has. So Raptor side by side. Bruno Ellis going into the braking zone. They're still side by side. Raptor should have the exit. He does hold the position, but we're going to have a very interesting drag race down to turn 1. Through the last 2.25 hours across the line. Into turn 1 we go. Bruno is still within braking zone range, as Raptor 22 does brake a bit later and seems to be pulling away, so that was a very good battle there. A very easy move, I think, for Raptor. Just seemed to hang it down the inside as he goes off a bit, so that may bring Bruno back into it, but no, I think this battle may be well and truly over, as Ollie's still trying to chase Jack. So Jack's definitely settled into a rhythm here now, and he's trying his hardest not to lose it. As oh, there we go. Erik is a lot closer again. This lap he's only 4 tenths away. Let's see who the fastest lap time is so far. I believe we're going to be looking further up. There we go. Hernandez. Hernandez has the fastest race lap so far. But Erik seems to be holding on for the time being.
We haven't seen 130 yet.
Say that again?
We haven't seen the 130 yet.
No, we haven't seen 130. We won't. Too much fuel. Erik's on low fuel. Erik's only got 5 litres. This is a very interesting strategy call. So Erik is going to have to stop for fuel and make his stop longer. As everybody else around him, everybody else around him has gone for enough to finish the race. Erik doesn't have enough to finish this race. So he's quicker on paper, but he's now got to get past Hernandez and away. He's on a qualifying setup, yeah. No wonder he's quick. So, in theory, Erik, unless this is a glitch, if you're seeing what I'm seeing, 4.7 litres. And I believe he is the only driver to have less than 60 litres in their car at the moment. Which means he's lost the race. On paper, he's already lost this race. This position he's in now will not be his finishing position. No matter when anybody stops, unless everybody in the top 10 gets damaged, he's not going to have enough fuel to finish this race by a long margin.
There is a mandatory.
It shouldn't matter. Again? 30 seconds,
Almost,
you reckon?
he's gonna have enough to make it almost to half the
He's got 3.4 litres left, according to my screen. So I don't think he's going to make it. He's going to have to stop the next laps. Pika's got a penalty. It's only a 1 second, so it'll be a track limits violation. But is Ollie on the back? He is on the back of Jack again. So it's full attack from the Porsche team. Oh, Ollie, Erik's alongside. Can he hang it around the inside and possibly take Hernandez? He has. Yeah, he takes the lead. So on lap 13, we have a new race leader. Whether Erik can now hold that position, because he's only got that position for 1 lap in theory, he's going to have to box this lap. He does not have enough fuel to finish this race. Multi-tool is on the back of the Ginetta now. But I think this is a lot more interesting, as Hernandez seems to have a problem. I think Dr. Kraken's going to possibly take a pop here at Hernandez. I think Hernandez has had a problem. So Erik, on essentially running on fumes here, 2 litres of fuel will not finish a race. No matter which way you slice it, he's going for a short stop in smaller tanks to make his car quicker. But how is that going to affect his overall race? As Chase is now being chased down by the Acura multi-tool. So Erik, as he comes towards the end of the lap, we'll see if he dives into the pits. We're going to have to stay on board here because this is very interesting. So 1 litre of fuel, yeah, he's on the brake there, which seems right. Does he peel off? He does, he's in the pits. So he has either miscalculated his fuel, or this is part of the strategy. So Erik loses the race lead. But for 1 lap and 1 lap only, the Porsches have the lead, which I think was a big shock. Raptor is fighting King. So we're just watching Erik fall down the order now. I believe, yeah, if we jump on board with Erik, he's filled up with 12 litres, that's not enough. He knows that's not enough. Oh no, there we go, it's going up. 30 litres should just be enough for him to finish, but it's dropped him all the way down to 10th. Seems to me like he's still stuck. Oh, he's overfilled. He's overfilled. He's definitely overfilled. He's messed up his strategy, as he seems to be still filling up with fuel. He's stuck there. I think he's lost this race.
They're probably repairing his engine as well.
Yeah, his engine I think has a lot of damage. There we go, he's out of the pits now, but definitely not the stop he wanted. He is going to be reeling with that. He's going to be so angry. Dropping down all the way to 13th from first place. This just brings me back to Hockenheim last year with the Mercedes. Just wrong strategy, and wow, look what happens when you get the wrong strategy.
Yep, that's a really important part of racing.
It's a shame to see, but I think with strategy, you're taking the gamble whenever you race. And as Pika seems to be chasing Kaiser, multi-tool still trying to find a way past the Janette in 5th. So I don't know if we can tell who's taken a stop or not. I believe if I bring up the splits, you may be able to see who's taken a pit stop. So you'll have to tell me. You ready? They're up now. So does it tell you if they've taken pit stops? You should have splits up on your screen. Oh no, it doesn't. The splits is just the thing at the bottom. So, but so the overview, it doesn't tell us who's done what. Because Jack is, someone's off there. Someone's 2 drivers off there. Erik's back in the pits.
Oh,
What's Erik doing? I think he's had a massive mistake. Oh, he's gonna be crying. Multitool still chasing after a Ginetta, which I don't think he'd be thinking he was doing that today. But Jack has lost the place. He has lost the place to Ollie. In the interest of me watching what Erik had done, Ollie is now the lead gunner for the Porsche team, with Rocky in 10th. Pika is chasing 2 drivers in front of him, which is Crazy, SKB, and Crazy and Kaiser. As he looks like he's going to take the move. I think he's going to try and hold the move around the outside. There he goes. Erik's last. Erik is now stone dead last there. Oh, there we go. He's going into the braking zone. I think he's side by side there. Is he going to make the move? He holds around the inside, but the Acura will get the faster run. But no. Oh, the Acura does run a little bit wide. There's his teammate there, Pika. Sorry, no, not Pika. Chase is now chasing after his teammate. Hopefully they don't hold each other up too much. King's in the pits. So I believe a lot of the drivers are now through their stops. Kaiser is only just under a second away. So Pika's going to be fighting like mad to chase him. Jack is only 7.5 seconds away, so Chase hasn't lost any time to the leaders, which is an incredible feat by a newcomer. He's not pitted yet, so the front 5, I think the front 7 haven't pitted. The timing's the way they are. Oh, someone spun. Pika's backwards. Oh, he's hit. Someone's been hit. I believe that was Multitool. No, it wasn't. Bruno Ellis then maybe. No, it wasn't. It was one of the Acuras that slammed into the front of the Ginetta. Someone, so I'm not sure who it was. I think it was Bruno Ellis. We'll find out in a second. Trying to find out who it was that. Oh, it was Crazy. Crazy's been hit in the front. Pika's going to definitely be penalised for that. Being stuck in the middle of the track. I know it's not his fault, but definitely not something that you want to be involved in, regardless of what happened. That Janetta's going to be in the pits again, which will be a shame. Oh, Jack's got past Ollie. Ollie's spun. Oh, Ollie has spun hard. Possibly contact with the Ginetta, do you reckon? Ollie's going to lose the place.
Oh, he's going in.
Ginetta in 4th. Let's go. Come on. Ollie's got damage.
Well, now
Which
is
means
the time
Jack-
to make his start.
I don't think he planned to make his pit stop. If you look at the front of his car, it wasn't that damaged.
Well,
Which
they
means
have
he is
amended
definitely...
the stuff. No,
He's going to have to repair, which means Porsche's hopes all now last on their 3rd driver. If Ollie's there for a while, it all seems to be going down to their 3rd driver there, as Jack is now pulling away from Chase. So the top 3 seem to be pretty much in a race of their own here, as Kraken is still attacking Hernandez. So I think this could be a possible race win for Lamborghini if Kraken can figure out a way past the Spaniard. So Ollie, there we go. Ollie is now dropping down the order like a brick. Pika seems to be driving okay. He's possibly already been for his stop, or just driving with the damage he's got. But yeah, definitely not the way he wanted his race to go today. He said he was feeling confident and the car felt good, but no, definitely not what he wanted out of this race today. So Chase could, if he doesn't stop this lap, he will take the on-track 3rd position. So get your cameras out, boys, because for the first time in the history of Olympus racing, Ginetta is going to take P3 on track. There it is. Sorry, I'm very obsessed with them, but oh, here we go, there's a fight. Oh, there's a spin. Kraken has punted Hernandez off the track. Oh my god. No way. Oh, that's not the way, boys. That's not the way. Oh, Dr. Kraken. Oh no, buddy. He's gonna have to let him back through, and he's definitely gonna get penalised off track for that. So once again, a race is gonna be, I think a race may be decided, like Formula 1 was, off the track and on by the stewards. That was a definite intentional. He wasn't there, the move wasn't on, shouldn't have been through there. Should have never gone for that move. But I mean, I think he should have waited. So EJ, I believe it was EJ, wasn't it? Who it was. Who was it that? Yeah, it was EJ that was in 3rd, wasn't it? No, it was Jack. Jack's gone down to 11th. He's behind Ollie. So something in his stop's gone wrong. His stop's gone wrong because he's now behind Ollie. Hernandez is pitting. That seemed a bit too quick of a stop. Oh no, there we go. He's going into the pit now, which means again the Ginetta is in 2nd. You remember when a couple of years ago, Williams took the lead, even though like it was just that everybody had pitted. This is just feels like the exact same moment. But yeah, Hernandez is definitely he's back out, so he didn't sustain too much damage from that incident. But in no way was that a fair move. I think you can agree with me there.
Yep. There will be penalties.
There'll be penalties in the race, after race. Pika, Dr. Kraken, among the two that will probably receive warnings or penalties. But I mean, your first race in a league, you're not very experienced. You pick a Ginetta and you're in 2nd place. I don't think this day could have gone any better for Chase.
He's definitely having a blast.
Even if he goes off and spins now, I think he'll come away from today feeling very confident that the next race is his. I think we've got a strong contender here for a race win. And a Ginetta as well. In the Ginetta, he's putting it places where it shouldn't be. And loving every second. Oh, there we go. Chase is in the pits. So, this will be in defense of Multitool, I believe. So what he's doing now is he's going to pit and hope that, in theory, Multitool will lose the position to him. So Ray also in the pits now. So Hernandez is the one that will take a position back. And then it'll be, I believe, Raptor may get the position if he can't. Oh, he's not in the right gear. Oh, Chase, you meant to shift down, buddy. Raptor's coming up to the final corner now. So I believe Chase will keep his 5th position, maybe even 4th, after his pit when he comes back off the track. So Multitool now needs the lap of his life in order to defend from Chase. So Raptor does take the position, but I don't know if Raptor's stopped. I don't think Raptor has pitted.
That's defense from defense.
No, Multitool has. He's defending from Multitool. He has already stopped, I believe. So by no means has this race been a slouch. As at the moment, whilst it says there's no on-track battles, the closest battle we've got is Craft on Kaiser. So the new driver who joined alongside Chase today It's a very stark contrast, isn't it? One of them in second place for a moment, and one of them just fighting the back. Not the race. I don't think Kraft wanted this race to end like this, but by no means has it been a boring race for him. Everybody's had their own little battles, and at the moment, I'd say if we were to do a driver of the day, I think we have to look at Chase and EJ, both starting a bit further back than they would normally, and making the most of it. Erik back in the pits again. Erik's back in the pits for a third time. He's got damage. Look at that, definitely damaged. Skies is backwards. Whether that was through an incident or what, I'm not sure. But we joined Skies backwards. Oh, 2 people off. Oh, a lot of drivers off there. I can't tell if Skies is in a wall. He was. Has he collided with a Ferrari? It doesn't look like there's front end damage. Is there rear end damage? I think he's hit a Ferrari.
Oh,
it's a retirement. Oh, what are they doing? They're all stopped on track. Oh my god. There's going to be a collision.
What is happening? We had such a clean race.
It's been such a clean race up until these last few laps. Raptor now losing a lot of time to Ginetta, which means Hernandez, who has stopped already, can chase down Dr. Kraken. He will be reeling from that stop, and unfortunately I don't think there's much he could have done. And Kraken, unfortunately, he will lose a lot of time. I think he doesn't deserve this win. He fought really well and really clean up until that pass, and he's done so well to get to where he is now. But the move wasn't clean. The move wasn't on. He should have never gone for it. I would DQ him for that. He hasn't repented from his move. And by every mean, he doesn't deserve that lead. But as commentators, we can't be too harsh on him. I know he's gone for the move, and it's one of those where adrenaline kicks in. You want that win so badly that you'll do anything for it, and I think that was the case there. Kraken will take the on-track win. Whether the stewards take it away from him, that's up to them. David Kraft is chasing the Ginetta of Pika, so we could have a little battle here.
That Renault is really interesting. It's the only car in that series that has 7 gears.
Yeah. Wait, which car is that? The Renault. Oh yeah, it does, doesn't it? It has 7 gears. Which means its gears are a lot shorter, which means it can take a higher gear through that corner and take a lot more torque through it. But it's a very pretty car. The purple does look good on it. So the carbon fibre looks very good. Erik, just how'd he go from his position? How'd he go from his position knowing what's happened? I think he's probably sat there right now thinking, where did it all go wrong? Thiago, I mean, it's been a quiet race for him. Not really too much to do. Janette in 6th still, with a few people still to make their stops. So Bruno Ellis is fighting with Zeph, I believe. It was Thiago within a second of Ollie. So he's going to hopefully he'll get round the lap traffic with ease, and he'll be able to fight him. But I think the lap traffic goes off, but it gets out of the way very quickly, and everybody's now out of a second of each other. So there we go. Kraft is chasing Pika. Let's have a look at that. As Kraft does get the move on Pika, Pika just seems to lose it there and not really enjoy. I think he's gonna have a few moments today of again, a lot of drivers I think after this race will be asking themselves, what did I do wrong, and what can I do next race to fix it? A lot of drivers will be feeling like they were hard done by. Obviously Pika, I think the race for him fell away when he had his incident. Erik might be wondering where it went wrong for him. He's still in the pits, so possibly he's retiring here. Or damage. He could just not be bothering now. I think maybe that's it for him. Dr. Kraken has driven a very good race. It's really unfortunate that he's got his lead through contact, and by all means, I think he doesn't deserve that. He doesn't deserve the lead, not in the way he got it, but he's done well. And I think we've got to remember that I think he would have taken the lead, even with Hernandez defending as much as he was. I think he would have taken the lead if he had been a bit patient. He would have taken the lead without the incident.
Yeah, and if he would have waited, he would have pulled away with Hernandez away from the group.
Yeah. He could have pulled away. I think they needed to work together there. The Audi and the Lamborghini are fighting for the team's championship. I know they're very close together in the constructors, but it didn't mean that it needed to be that way. Never. When you're racing, I think the moral of the story is you've got to make sure that you're not going to cause an incident that's going to ruin somebody else's race. If you like that, it's never good.
It's not a good way for people.
So Pika is the one. Oh, he's had to spin again.
Nope.
Look at that Ginetta. It looks battered and bruised. Should never look like that. Ollie within a second of chase. So Ollie really trying to get back to the position he should be in. But I know that Ginetta is going to make his life as tough as possible. So yeah, the closest battle at the moment is Ollie chasing down the Ginetta. So as we come up to the last 10 laps of the race now, it's going to all be down to who pits last. Because I believe Kraken, Multitool and EJ haven't pitted. But Ollie goes off a bit. But he's still gaining. Jack Coven. What can we say about his race? P9 from pole position. There we go, EJ pits. So EJ does pit now. Ollie will be chasing Raptor, hoping that he can get past Raptor and maybe take the 5th position that they're going to... Sorry, yeah, Raptor, Chase and Ollie should take EJ. Raptor, I don't know if he's stopped. I have a feeling he may have. But Ollie and Chase seem to be working together here. I think Ollie knows. Oh no, there we go. He's going for the move. Ollie's looking like he's going to try the move. So EJ does lose position to Raptor, Chase and Ollie. As Ollie now goes down the inside. Chase goes a long way around. He's going to have much of a defense on that battle. No, there we go. No, he's coming back at him. He's going to look down the inside, I think. Thinks better of it. Knows that Ollie's got a penalty. So as long as he stays within Ollie's drag, he's going to be fine. He will take that position back from Ollie, regardless of the situation. With Ollie having a 2-second penalty. So multiple track limits then. So I think the next one on the road for Ollie is Raptor. So Raptor now is going to be under attack by the two drivers, the Canadian and the Brit. So the American now being chased down. Hernandez, Multitool and Kraken are the top 3 at the moment. So Multitool, the only one not involved in the top 3. So everybody who's been in the top 3 so far has had some kind of incident. Erik's still in the pit without coming out, so I'm assuming he's given up. 10 laps left. So it's all to play for still. Kraken still hasn't pitted, I believe. Which means that if he doesn't pit, he does disqualify himself. Which means that obviously Chase would get Ollie's position still. And Ollie would jump to... So Ollie would drop to 5th. And obviously, yeah, Hernandez I don't think stopped. No, Hernandez has stopped. He's the one that has stopped after his incident with Kraken. So Multi-Tool I don't think has stopped. So he's yet to stop. Kraken's yet to stop. I think everybody has stopped except the front two now. Yeah. I think we're very close now. I'm waiting to see who goes next into the pits. Oh, has Chase dropped out in 2 seconds? Yeah, he has. He's dropping away from Ollie. Ollie just seems to be in a world of his own at the moment. So with not many laps left now, I think we're getting to the closing stages where everybody's just sort of gapping themselves and making sure that they don't need to fight too much. As EJ, he drops it. Jack's gonna go through, I believe. There we go. Jack goes through. So Jack will finish 8th, which for him he shouldn't be there. The race just hasn't gone his way. A lot of the top 10 aren't still in the top 10. I think a lot of the top 10 drivers that started this race have actually fallen off quite quickly. Hernandez being the only one that's close to his starting position, I think. Yeah, he could still get first, provided that Kraken's engine is bad, because it looks bad, and Multi-Tools will be bad. Depending on if they're just going to go for it and say fuck it, we'll try and stop the engine from exploding. They may not have to stop. Like, they may not have to stop for long. It will be, I think it's 30-second pit lane. So Hernandez has got 2nd place regardless. Whether he can get the next one, we've got to wait and see. So 6th place seems to be pretty safe for Chase. Raptor, oh, gets hit by a spinning Acura of what looked like crazy. It is crazy. Rocky is in 13th. So Ollie's still trying to reel in Raptor, but just doesn't seem to be able to find the pace. I'm not sure what's going to happen here, so it's going to be very close. Kraken hasn't stopped, has he? If I'm not mistaken, Kraken has not stopped. I don't know if we've had any comments on the YouTube video. So Thiago possibly got someone on here for him, but yeah, he seems to be doing well. Thiago definitely strong driver, and I think again this race has proven just how how varied this race has been. I think, oh, here we go. Raptor taking Pika, I believe. Does that fairly well. Will Ollie get round? That's the question. I think it could be very close. I think Pika's gonna stay wide. I think Ollie should just be able to slip through. Oh, Kraken's in the pits. There we go. Kraken is in the pits. He's back out. Multi-tool will take the lead then. Hernandez, I think, is too far back. Yeah, he's too far back. So Hernandez will still take third place technically on the road. But, oh no, maybe not. Hernandez may pass him. This is going to be tight as they come to the line. There we go. There he is. Oh my god, this is going to be incredibly close. He goes around the outside. He does take the second place, which means he does take the net first place, which means Hernandez, who has been really undeservedly robbed of his first place, fights hard and gets back to second place. Unbelievable move there from Hernandez, right round the outside. The bravery of the driver, just absolutely unfaultable. What a move. So Chase seems to be chasing his own teammate again. So he's lost a lot of time, which means he may have had a spin somewhere. But Hernandez, what a move. So yeah, with 5 laps to go now, Multitool is still the leader, but is he going to pit? I don't know when he's going to pit. I think he's trying to build a gap. If he's not if he has pitted already, Multitool, I believe, who started very far back. I don't think he started anywhere near the front. He's taken the race lead after we've had 3 or 4 leaders. This could be the first race win for Acura and Multitool, who I don't believe has been involved in any incidents. He's kept his, and I think he's just going to take the lead. I think he's just going to take this win. This could be very, very, very close.
There is 4 laps left.
4 laps to go, so we don't know what he's doing just yet. As Kraken will be reeling, thinking, I overtook this guy, why is he back? But Hernandez, what a run. I can't fault, you can't fault him there. When the pressure was on and he needed to be there. Oh, here we go, Kraken maybe going to repeat the move. Looks down the inside, doesn't go for it. Holds back this time. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not sure what to say here. Ooh, very close. It's so hard to tell. Multitool is coming up to the pit lane now. Is he going to box? He does. Here we go.
So Hernandez is first.
So Hernandez is now in the lead. This means that Hernandez on the next lap round takes the lead with 3 laps to go. 4 laps to go, sorry. So it's going to be about who takes third. Has Raptor stopped? If Raptor hasn't stopped, Ollie takes third. So there we go, Hernandez takes the lead. So takes the lead from Jack on lap 1. Gets hit off, loses the lead to Erik. Regains the lead after Erik hasn't got enough fuel to continue. Loses the lead to Kraken. Fights all the way back from, I believe, 11th place to first. Hernandez, what a run. Absolutely unshakable at this track so far. He's been quick anyway. We always knew he was quick. And I mean, you put your money on the right horse here. I thought Jack may have the advantage there. So Raptor doesn't take place, which means Multitool will take third place so far. But the battle first hasn't stopped raging. It's been constant. So here we go. Hernandez is still under attack from Kraken. Kraken is trying to take the lead. But remember, he will probably get a penalty of at least 10 seconds, I'd say, for that incident. But driver of the day, then I think I think we need to do a little driver of the day segment. I think Hernandez will take it.